this online pattern cutting tutorial, I'll be showing you how to prepare your front and back bodice blocks. This is in preparation for the bodice dart manipulation part of the course. We'll be working with the women's wear half scale block pattern that you already have on PDF. These are some calico toiles of bodice blocks showing that the darts can be in various locations as long as they rotate around the bust point. Please like and subscribe in order to see further pattern cutting videos from me. Once you've printed out the PDF of the front and the back bodice, we will need to stick them down into some light card. I'm just using the card off the front of my layout pad. It's just to make the blocks a little bit stiffer and a bit easier to work with. So once that's done, we need to cut them out. Now that they've been cut out, we can take our notches and mark all the notches on the front and then on the back. Once the notches are finished, we need to drill holes at the end of the darts. Now we're going to annotate the front and the back bodice. So first of all, I'm going to write CF on the centre front. I'm going to write dart, that's in the top dart that's coming down from the shoulder. Neck, shoulder again. Armhole. Side seam, or SS. Waist. And again, the waist is bisected by another dart, so that's a waist dart. So we're just going to write dart on there. So that's that done. Now we're going to do the back. So we're going to write neck, shoulder. We've got a little dart there, so we need to just write dart on there. Armhole. SS for side seam. Waist. Waist, and again the waist is bisected by a big dart, so we need to write dart in there, and then finally CB at the centre back. The pink lines are suggested bust dart positions. The first one is the neck one, then we have the centre front, we've got this one which is called a French dart, we've got the underarm dart, and we've got an armhole dart. Notice that all the darts meet in the centre. This is a back neck one, this is a shoulder one, and this is also an armhole. Notice these two do not meet. The first dart we're going to do is the French dart. This is a combination of the waist and shoulder darts into one big dart that comes from the side seam at the waist. I'm going to use the pivot method to create the French dart. As the shoulder and waist dart on the block meet at the bust point, I can rotate my block on the bust point and combine both darts into one big French dart. I start in the new dart position on the bottom corner of that waist, trace that first bit of waist, mark the BP, and then I'm going to pivot that dart so it's closed. And by closing it, I mean I'm putting one dart leg on top of the other one. Then I'm tracing off the centre front, and we're going to go right round to that big shoulder dart, and again I'm going to pivot it on the BP so that two dart legs are on top of each other. In effect, closing up that dart and opening up the new French dart. So trace the armhole. So we're tracing the armhole and we're going right back down to that corner. We can see the pink line, and that's where the French dart starts. So we're going to mark that. And then we're going to take our ruler and we're going to very lightly mark in the dart from the waist corner to the BP. And I say lightly because we're actually going to make a little amendment to this dart before we finish. So what we want to do is we want to move the end of the dart away from the BP because we don't want an unnatural pointed dart right on the nipple point. So we move it away 1 centimetre for half scale, 2 centimetre for full scale, and just reshape the dart so it's a little bit shorter than it would be if we just kept it at the pivot point. Okay, so now we're done. Now we just need to add our seam allowance. So we're going to add 0.5 centimetre everywhere, except the centre front because it's on the fold. put the seam allowance around your armhole. Don't forget to mark all your notches. Got to do the waist. Yeah, I've marked all my notches on there. I just need to annotate now as well, just to say, you know, how to cut this out. So I'm just going to put a little grain line on there and a fold line because it's going to be cut on the fold. Cut on fold. And then we've got to cut it out. There we go, finished French dart. So this is a calico toile of the French dart, and just to show you, it's quite a popular dart because really it's not that noticeable compared to a shoulder and a waist dart.